Welcome to the RV Podcast. This is episode 477.
And in this episode, we're going to talk about some RV adventures with Hershey Pup, a camp host's children's book about their dog. Hello, everybody. I'm Mike Wendland, and this is my lifelong traveling companion and my bride, Jennifer. Nice to have you back on the podcast after a bout with pneumonia.
Well, it is nice to be back, and hello, Michael.
Yeah, it's Christmas. This is Christmas week, and we are pretty excited about Christmas. I'm like a kid every time Christmas comes around.
And isn't it wonderful that you have that excitement?
It is. It celebrates, the greatest event in human history, and it's just a wonderful time of family and friends and faith, and I hope that's all a part of your holiday plans this year. We should point out to everybody that there are several ways you can consume this podcast. First of all, there's a video version of the podcast on our RV Lifestyle YouTube channel. And you can find that through the link on rvlifestyle.com, or just go to YouTube and search for RV Lifestyle. And you want to see the video version because at the very end of the podcast, we're going to put together kind of a montage of photos and videos of RVs that have been decorated this year for Christmas, sent in by the members of our various social media platforms. So we'll have fun with the video version. So go back and look at that, and you'll get inspired to decorate yours. And of course, there's also an audio version of the podcast available on all your favorite podcast apps, as well as our blog, our RV Lifestyle travel blog, which is rvlifestyle.com.
And may I just say that you are looking very spiffy in a new hoodie.
Yes, this is
navy blue instead of your traditional black.
This is my favorite design of all of our stuff. I don't know if you can actually see it well here, but it's small house, small house, big yard. And I've had this on t-shirts and hats and hoodies for a dozen years now, at least.
Oh, yeah.
And I wore out one after about 12 years. Well, I still wear it. It's just kind of faded. And this is a brand new one. I replaced it, and it's a hoodie. And you can find that on our RV Lifestyle merch page. But
Well, you look quite dashing.
well, thank you, as you do in your Christmassy black and red. I like that. This week in the podcast, we're going to have some fun. We're going to talk to two of our longtime friends, Eric and Jeannie Anderson, and they are authors of a brand new book about their dog, Hershey Pup. Now, if you have been on our social media pages, you know this little dog because there's a picture of him all the time, and he has traveled to 48 states with Eric and Jeannie. And they have put together a really nice little Christmassy book, well illustrated for kids. But they did that as they have been camp hosts. So we're going to talk to them a little bit about Hershey Pup's book, but we're also going to talk about the ins and outs of being a camp host and why you may want to consider doing it, how much fun it is, and how you go about becoming one. So that's coming up a little bit later on. I'm going to have fun with this book, though. It's really a cute little book. So, yeah, and it's going to be the first of a series, they said.
Well, good. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, I do too. Well, we have been busy because the big news for us is a brand new social media platform that we have been working so hard on. And we put that on, and it is up there, and it is available for you now. It's called the RV Community, RV Lifestyle Community. And it's separate from Facebook, which is a big deal. We still have our Facebook group, and we will keep that for those who prefer to use it. But the new RV Lifestyle Community is a whole different place. It's a friendly place.
I think it's a place where you can build relationships.
Yeah.
You can have conversations with each other, and people seem to really like it.
And learn. I mean, just it's grown phenomenally. We had some national attention this past week. We just launched it last week, last Wednesday, and we made national news. The headline was "New RV Community Draws Thousands Fleeing Facebook," and we really hit a chord, I think, because there's a lot of disappointment, frustration with Facebook because it's so nasty and all these confusing things that are on Facebook.
I get so disappointed when I read something and then I leave and then I go back and I want to find it again and it's gone.
That's something Facebook is notorious. They have this weird algorithm which nobody knows how it works. But okay, so we have like 270,000 members of our Facebook group. It's a huge group, right? You think somebody posted, wow. No, a tiny, tiny percentage of those people actually see that post. And then when you go back, say you read it, I see something and hey, Jen, you should go over and make a comment on this post. You can't find it. It's gone because the algorithm doesn't show on her computer and it did on mine. I don't know how Facebook works, but besides that, how negative it can be. Snarkiness, nastiness. Well, none of that on our group. First, we have a great team of moderators. The same folks who've moderated our other group will help us there, but it's a different type of person. These are real RVers. The friendliness, the helpfulness has been amazing. So we just invite you there to go check it out. You can stay on Facebook if you want, but a lot of people have left Facebook and they're coming over, they're looking at a group like this. But just check it out. You'll see how helpful it is. Just go to community.rvlifestyle.com. community.rvlifestyle.com. We invite you to come over. And if you can't tell, we're pretty darn excited about it, right?
We are.
Yeah. And it's a part of now the social media buzz that Wendy Boyer keeps track of with us all week. Wendy is our director of our social media platforms and kind of keeps things moving around well there. And between Facebook and now our new group, she's got a lot of stuff to report. So let us check in with Wendy Boyer.
Hi, everybody. It's been very busy over in the social media world this past week. First, I'd like to tell you a little bit about what's happening on Facebook. We had Michelle, who's looking for the perfect Christmas present for her parents who are going on an epic RV trip next year. She said they have all the essentials, but she asked if there was anything unique and useful that the group could suggest. And she got so many wonderful ideas. We had many people recommend harvest toast. Some, like Julia, recommended getting some nice binoculars. Tom suggested a collapsible aluminum table. He says one of the best things. He uses it everywhere he goes. We had Donna suggest a map of the United States. It has those stickers in it so that you could put the sticker in when you spend the night in camp there. So many things. Restaurant gift cards, gas gift cards. We're talking more than 700 suggestions. It was a lot of fun to read. And next, I'd like to tell you about Henry, who posted a question on our RV Lifestyle Facebook group about the internal U.S. Border Patrol stations in the Southwest. Now, he's planning a trip out there next year, and as he's doing his research, he sees these Border Patrol stations come up, and he's read some things about dogs going into people's RVs. He's allergic to dogs, and so he wrote the group just to see what other RVers' experiences have been. And everyone said there's nothing to worry about. They might, if you get stopped at one of these internal Border Patrol stops, they will say, what's your citizenship? You say U.S. and you get waved along. Sometimes they might say, where are you coming from? Where are you going to? And those dogs are only there to smell drugs or human smugglers. So you're just a regular RVer out there, nothing to worry about. And so next, I'd like to tell you about something new we started, our RV Lifestyle community, right here. And so we started this last week, and it's a Facebook alternative. It's a lot like Facebook, only in my opinion, better. One thing it does is it really helps bring relationships. Most people are introducing themselves as they come on, and there's a chat feature, so you can actually talk to one another should you choose to turn that on. And Frederick wrote me a message on this chat feature, and he said this. He said, it is amazing how this app builds community. I just got a message from the mom of our daughter's freshman year roommate 7 years ago. And get this, they connected and now they're planning a camping trip in 2024. And that all happened in the new community. Thank you so much for sharing that with me, Frederick. We also have a system in there where all posts are categorized in different categories. Because if you've ever gone on Facebook and you look for a post and maybe you come back an hour later and you can never find it. Well, in the new community, it's very easy to find because everything goes in a category and it stays there. And one of our categories, Michelle shared a picture of a little DIY tweak she did. It's in our category DIY tips and hacks. And she had a problem of a really deep pantry. And so what she did is she put this little sliding drawer in there and she took a picture of it. And many people said, thank you. This is a great idea. I have the same situation with my pantry. And it was just a great hack. And so again, there's lots of different conversations, groups where you can find these sorts of things, whether you're boondocking, campsites, troubleshooting, RVing with dogs, lots of categories, and it helps us and you see what people are talking about a lot easier. So that's it for me this week. I will see you either in the RV Lifestyle Facebook group or the RV Lifestyle community.
Well, Mike, it is so much fun to see all the comments from everybody on this new group.
Yeah, it is. Well, let me give you the address again. It's community.rvlifestyle.com, and we invite you to come. Hey, before we take a quick break, a schedule note here. Christmas is this weekend, and to allow our team to spend as much time as they can with their family, we've got we're going to take some time off. There'll be no Monday newsletter on Christmas Day, December 25th, or on New Year's Day, January 1st. So if you're looking for the full edition newsletter that comes out on Mondays, that won't be back until the 8th of January. And we're also going to take a break between the holidays for the podcast. There'll be no podcast next week, December 27th.
You mean this is the last one for the year?
This is the last one
for
the year. Yes, it is. And also with Ask Us Anything, our Sunday night live stream, there will be no Ask Us Anything on the 24th, Christmas Eve, or on New Year's Eve, the 31st. So I will say this, though, that we probably will have a live stream next week on our new RV Lifestyle community.rvlifestyle.com. And you'll see it. We have an events page there, and we'll have one there. We do these live streams there regularly on certain topics and all sorts of stuff. So we probably will be on there because we're having so much fun with that new group.
I don't think you can be off that long. I really don't.
It's going to be hard. I'm going to go through it. Well, launching this new thing really was a lot of work. You saw
yeah, it was an
16-hour
incredible
days for 2 weeks straight to get that thing. But it's working, and it's great to see everybody. All right, when we come back, you're going to meet our friends, the Anderson, and learn about their book about Hershey pup and about work camping. And this is a fun interview, so stay with us.
When we're asked what's the most important modification we made to our RV, it's an easy answer. Battle-born batteries. Battle-born batteries are quality, safe, reliable lithium batteries that allow us to stay out there off the grid longer. Lithium batteries charge faster, they charge fuller, they're longer lasting, they're maintenance free, and Battle-born batteries are protected by a 10-year guarantee. Now in our case, they just dropped into the existing AGM batteries that we have, and they'll probably be the same on your rig too. Battle-born battery experts can get those in your rig just like they did with ours. They can also match you up with the right cabling, the inverter, the charger, the solar controller, everything. Jennifer and I swear by our Battle-born batteries. They allow us to boondock off the grid. Check them out. Go to rvlifestyle.com/lithium. rvlifestyle.com/lithium.
All right, welcome back. It's time now for the RV Lifestyle Podcast interview of the week.
And we have Eric and Jeannie Anderson and their dog Hershey, and they have been traveling about 3 years now.
3 years, full-time
And
RVers.
They've hit all 48 lower states
Yeah.
And I'm wondering how they're going to get to Hawaii, but just justing. And 6 Canadian provinces. So
Yeah.
they have traveled, they have experience, they know what they're doing.
And this past year, they spent an extended period of time as camp hosts. And the last time we had them on the podcast, we were talking about, what's involved with camp hosting, and we were kidding them about their pup, Hershey, who is a true celebrity out there. Hershey's recognized now wherever they go. Hershey is well, there he is. Look at him. Can you see him? A little picture of Hershey. I'll have to get over here by the camera. There is Hershey. And you're going to see him in a minute in the interview because Hershey, like Bo, he likes to be on camera all the time. But they wrote a book, and they decided they're going to do a series of children's books about Hershey's RV adventures. And they really knocked it out of the ballpark. They got all sorts of stuff that they're going to share with us about the book. And camp hosting. If you've never thought about being a camp host, this is something that everybody should consider because it is a lot of fun. So we will put a link to their information, by the way. You can't miss it. To get more information about the book and their travels, it's HersheyPupAdventures.com. All one word. We'll put that on the screen and in the show notes for this episode. But why don't you meet Eric and Jean and Hershey Pup? Well, Eric and Jean join us right now. How are you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing great. It's good to see you again.
We're having so much fun, Jennifer and I, and even Bo. We're looking at Hershey's great adventures, and we want to congratulate you on this and hope that this is the start of a whole library of books. So how did you guys get the idea of doing a travel book from Hershey Pup's perspective?
Well, that came mostly from a lot of members like in your group, RV Lifestyle, and a lot of the other groups that we're in, and also people that we met. Because over the years, people have said, gosh, you guys should write a book about Hershey's travels. And so we finally did.
Yeah, and people coming knocking on our door going, you don't know me, but can we meet Hershey? We were like, okay, so yeah, just a lot of people always asking about Hershey, telling us to write books about Hershey, and we just decided, let's give it a try. So we did, and here's Hershey.
Yeah, you wanted to say hi.
Give me.
There he
There's
is.
Hershey. Hey, Pop. How you doing, famous dog?
He's good.
A little spoiled, but okay. Yeah. So that we just
For
decided
those who
to
don't know,
we just decided to give it a shot.
just give us a little background about Hershey and how you happened to name him. Why is he called Hershey?
It was my granddaughter who named him. Even before we got him, I said, we're planning on getting, a puppy. What do you want to name him? And she just said Hershey, and that was it.
Yep.
Just Hershey it was. So that's the background of how he was named Hershey. So, and then we went up to
I think you
Hershey.
guys ought to talk to the folks who run the Hershey RV show and make him a big celebrity.
Yeah.
Marketing tie-in.
Yep. So.
Yeah. So you guys have been in all 48 states now, and you're on your second stint of doing camp hosting, which I'll talk to you about in a minute.
Yeah.
But just talk a little bit about the Hershey Pup story. You guys independently published this, and why New England State Birds and Flowers? Why'd you pick that as your first one?
Well, it was the beginning of our adventure. So we started from the beginning. That's we went across on our on the ferry, and we started in the New England state. And we really didn't, we just said, let's start from the beginning. And I was the one that came up with the idea with the birds and the state flower. So, and we didn't want to go through all the states. We just picked a few states. So we started just from the beginning of where we started. So.
Yeah, and we wanted to have an educational component to it as well as making it fun.
And making it fun. And the illustrator really made everything pop. So, so that's how it came about.
So why a children's book?
I guess he's he's just so darn cute.
Yeah, and I guess because Hershey's always been so popular with kids at all the campgrounds and RV parks across the country that I think the children's aspect of it just popped for us initially, and we thought it would be a fun thing to do.
Adults
Yeah.
love them, but I when we think of Hershey Pup, we think of kids, my grandkids who named them and things like that. So we just decided to go with the children's book.
Well, what I love about this story is that you guys have really found a way to earn some money while you're on the road, and do so in a way that really is so tied in with your RV lifestyle.
Mhm.
I'm wondering how many of these books you have sketched out. I mean, how big of a series does this Hershey Pup Adventure series plan to be?
Well, our initial goal is to have 5 books in the series, and we'll see how it goes from there. So we've got an idea of 5 different topics so far, and we've already started the second one.
We've already started, and it's going to be just
Now tell me how people can get this book.
Well, right now it's available strictly on Amazon, and it's in both paperback and an ebook Kindle version as well.
And we do have can't tell them about the Zazzle. We do have some stuff on Zazzle that you can get, puzzle, calendars, and the tote bags, things like that. So we have a couple of items that you can get by on Zazzle.
Yeah, it's all part of Hershey Pup. He finally has his own official website now. It's www.hersheypupadventures.com. So folks can go through that website to get to Amazon to get the book, as well as to see a bunch of other Hershey Pup things.
You said you have puzzles?
Yeah, there's puzzles,
jigsaw puzzles.
Yeah, calendars, some stuff, and there's 2 puzzles. One for the younger age, like 32 pieces, and one that we figured like 100 pieces that the family can do together. So we decided to do that.
Yeah. He's also going to have a line of coloring books and activity books as well.
So we have plans. Yeah,
we're having fun with it.
Great. We are so happy. Last question about the books, and then I'll get on to some other stuff. And again, for those listening and watching, we will post descriptions and links to the series in the description below. But you guys have had so many posts on our RV Lifestyle Facebook group, and we've seen Hershey as you've traveled. It seems like you really have a pretty good book in tips for traveling in an RV with the dog as well.
We do. That's one of the things that we're looking at. Matter of fact, I'm about halfway through a book myself about tips, strategies, and lessons for RV travel, and a piece of that has to do with traveling with dogs. Absolutely. And we've learned a lot.
Hershey's, he's 4.5, and he's traveled for 4 years, or 3.5. Yeah. We got him a year before we left, so he's used to traveling. This is his life. So so he's used to it.
Well, he has had his adventures. Now let me talk about your adventures. Tell everybody where you are now and what you're doing.
Okay, sure. This is our second camp host assignment that we've done. We're at a Indian River County park called Donald McDonald Park Campground, and it's in Sebastian, Florida, which is about 15 minutes north of Vero Beach on the East Coast, the Treasure Coast.
Yeah. So it's
And how long have you been there? How long will you stay?
We're just working on our 3rd week here now, and they're going to have us here through the end of December, and then they think they want to move us to another campground closer to Vero Beach for January through March, and then we'll be heading back up north probably the end of March.
So when we had you on the podcast the last time, you were on your way to Killens Pond State Park on the East Coast, up a little bit further north. How did that go? And obviously you must have enjoyed it because you're still doing the camp hosting thing.
It went well. It went really well. We really like Delaware. It's just so fresh and clean and green. That's what I liked about it. The woman that we worked for, she was wonderful. We had to do some cleaning and stuff like that, but it was it just went really, really well. We loved walking, and we walked every night and just kind of really enjoyed. The park was just beautiful, beautiful. And we got to take our grandkids. There's a water park there. We got to take them there. Just a lot of things that we could do, so we got into other state parks for free, and just a lot of things that we could do. And we really, I just loved it because I just felt like Delaware was, like I said, once again, fresh and clean, and just really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And the people that we worked with and worked together with were really great. They were wonderful.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a good experience. Really nice place to be. And Delaware state parks require a minimum of 24 hours per week for each person in a couple. So that's really not too much, and super flexible.
Yes.
And we found that about our current camp host position as well. Once we get our work done, usually probably 3-4 hours, we have a lot of flexibility. At Delaware State Park, we had to be on duty from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. to assist campers, but any of that time in between was kind of our own time as long as we were in the park. So it was one, like Jeannie said, it was great being outdoors and being active and getting exercise and seeing all the campers.
We spent a lot of time outdoors. We did, and it just it was great. It was wonderful.
Now, for other people who are thinking about being a camp host, is there still time to find jobs for the 24 season? Or have they been all snapped up?
No, there are, and I'll tell you a story in a minute about how we got this one. But generally, 6 months or more before is when folks want to start looking for camp host opportunities, especially in state and local and county parks. So October, November seems to be the best time when those positions start becoming available. But I would encourage people to apply straight through, right up into the spring, quite frankly, because either state or county parks aren't getting enough volunteers and they are in need, or people's plans change and either they don't show up or they cancel, and the park is going to still have a need. Matter of fact, what happened for us with this one was we were originally going to be in Arizona this winter, and then we had a whole bunch of life changes happen unexpectedly, and in September, August, September, realized we needed to be here in Florida for the winter. So we were behind the 8 ball to look for a camp hosting opportunity. So we actually managed to get 3 offers, one of them over in Tampa, by the way, and that was pretty tempting, but we chose this one. So so even behind the 8 ball and with 2 months notice, we were still able to get a good position.
And I think we said this in the other interview that we had. We had gone to Delaware, and we definitely wanted to try to get something in Delaware, be close to my son and my grandkids and my daughter-in-law. And if you like a state and you'd be like, oh, I'd really like to go, do some camp hosting here. If you can go to the park, try to talk to someone face to face. If you can, that would give you a little bit more of an edge. Yep. I mean, if you can't, you just do everything online. But that's what we did last year.
Definitely helped us, especially since we were first-time camp hosters and we didn't have any experience. So to make that personal connection face-to-face with the managers definitely gave us an edge.
Yeah. So So if you can do that, if it's possible,
The other thing I recommend, and this helped us get this one, is we created a couples camp hosting resume, and it really highlights our experience. And we sent that out, and that helped us in terms of getting the Florida opportunities.
Yeah. As we wind down here, what's your plans for 24? Where do we see you guys and Hershey Pup especially going?
Well, we're going to head back to Delaware. We're probably going to do some camp hosting there again, the same place, hopefully. And then,
but kind of a big change for us, Mike, is we're going to be building a new home base.
Sticks and
bricks up there in Delaware. So we're slowing down a little bit, and we're feeling the need to kind of have that home base security again. So we actually bought some land while we were camp hosting up there this summer and had it cleared before we left, and hopefully going to start construction in late March and get that done by September. And of course, we've got a nice big RV spot right next door to it with full hookups.
Yeah.
And then I think what we'll do is we may even downsize our rig a little bit, and then plan on spending 4 to 6 months on the road from that point forward.
Yeah, we're really still hoping to get a remote job so that we can continue to travel.
Yeah.
So that's our hopes and dreams, and but we really, we both really like Delaware, and we just thought it was a great place to. And I'm only 15 minutes away from my son
and grandkids.
And grandkids.
Yeah.
You're doing what many folks have done. We're doing the same thing. We have our, as you know, our place in Tennessee, and we
Mhm.
Yep.
just moved into. We have a homestead in Michigan with 10 acres, and still
Mhm.
travel. But that seems to be a trend. After about 5, 6, 7 years of travel, people
Mhm.
start to set. Let's get a home base, and
Mhm.
and you're right on schedule with
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah, just
Well,
about.
congratulations on the Hershey book. Why don't you bring Hershey back once more, because everybody says, see, we're talking about Hershey and he's sleeping on the floor.
Yeah, right by
I know we
us.
like you guys a lot, but let's
Yeah.
admit it. He's the star.
He is the star.
There's Hershey.
Yeah.
Such a good dog. He really is.
Yeah.
Such a good puppy.
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Well,
even
everybody has.
He even what?
he even pushed the publish button himself for publishing his book.
That's really good.
He's
Well, he's a sweet pup. He
yeah.
is. Hey,
Thank
Hershey,
you.
we all love you. All right, Eric and Jean, Merry Christmas to you guys. We'll see you
Yes,
on the
you
road,
too.
and congratulations again on a
Okay.
Merry
great book.
Christmas. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
everybody. Okay.
Well, now, this is great for little kids. Teaches them about birds and flowers in New England.
Yeah.
I think they've hit upon something.
Yep, yep. I think they have a really great illustrator here, and I just love these pictures I love these pictures of Hershey. You see how much fun they are. Hershey does ride in Eric's backpack like that all the time. All right, RV news of the week when we return.
Have you had it with overbooked, overcrowded campgrounds? Then check out Harvest Hosts, where RVers can overnight for free at wineries, farms, microbreweries, golf courses, and attractions. Harvest Host is a membership service for those with self-contained RVs looking for unique, beautiful, and peaceful overnight camping experiences across North America. When you become a member of Harvest Host, you can camp for free at all these places. Jennifer and I are Harvest Host members, and we've made so many great memories at Harvest Host locations. There's no charge for camping, and your Harvest Host membership fee is easily made up with just a couple of stays. Plus, you have awesome places to stay. If you use our special affiliate link of rvlifestyle.com/HH, you'll automatically get 15% off the cost of your membership. That's 15% off, but you must use the special link, rvlifestyle.com/HH.
Now it's time for the news of the week. And the big news is that gas prices haven't gone up from last year. So I guess that's good news that they haven't gone up anymore. So pretty much the same as last year. And everything else seems to be higher, but I guess gas has stayed the same. So that is some good news, I guess. And right now, the average price of a gallon of gas in the country is $3.08. And diesel is $4.03. And as always, it's always more expensive on the West Coast. That's the highest gas prices. And Hawaii, you would expect to have the highest gas prices, and they do have the highest, as well as California. And then the states with the lowest gas prices, Texas, and at $2.55 a gallon for gas in Texas, and Mississippi and Oklahoma at $2.62. So that's where you go if you want the cheaper gas.
So the good news is gas prices didn't go up. They didn't go down, but they didn't go up either. So from last year. So anyway, we'll take it, I guess.
We'll take it.
It is still as high, but we'll take it. For those who want to go have winter fun out at Yellowstone, there's bad news. Yellowstone has officially kicked off its winter season. They opened it last Friday, and it runs through mid-March. And it's a lot of fun. They have visitors can enter the park through the north, the southeast, on the west entrances if they have rented commercial snowmobiles, or if they're a passenger in these commercial snow coach companies that take you through. It's really fun. Something we've wanted to do always in the wintertime, but there's no snow. They've had really very, very little snow this season. So snowmobiling and winter activities, they're going to have to figure out another way to do that. So if you're planning a trip to Yellowstone to go snowmobiling, you better check with the outfitter that you were going to use, because there's not been any snow there. Yeah, I posted on our new community.rvlifestyle.com I just posted something that how abnormally warm it's been this December, and we have really not had any snow. I posted that over the weekend, And then, of course, this morning we woke up to lake effect snow. I think we've had about 6 inches. Yeah, we're in Southwest Michigan, where we're coming to you from now, and we get this big lake effect from Lake Michigan. But still, very little snow anywhere in the country. People have been talking about it. So, Yellowstone, no snow.
Now, our next story has a good ending, but it's a scary story. A 62-year-old RVer got lost in a frigid Arizona forest and was found late last week, but everything is going to be okay. It was a woman and her husband who were camping in their motorhome about 120 miles northwest of Phoenix, and she took their dog, Mia, for a walk and got lost. And she didn't take her cell phone. And you got to make sure that cell phone is charged as well. But she didn't take her cell phone. So she spent about 72 hours, which is like 3 days,
That's a long
wandering around. It sounds like too many nights out there in the cold, alone in the forest with her dog. And she said the dog and they cuddled together to try to keep warm. And she is very grateful because about 50 people formed a rescue team and they searched and they found her. So happy ending. And she's very grateful for all those people, those 50 people who sought her out with her puppy.
Well, that's a happy ending, but it's a lesson for us all. One, have a cell phone, but two, there are so many different safety gadgets and things that you can take with you that are really not that important, that expensive, but are important. Should you get lost, it's very easy to get lost.
Oh, it is so easy to lose your sense of direction. And what turned into just a little walk?
Yeah.
3 days.
So I'll tell you what, in the show notes for this episode, and we'll post them at rvlifestyle.com/podcast. Just look for show notes. We'll have a link to some of the safety gadgets that we know about. These are like little devices that will get in touch with a satellite, and you can text a message to whoever. But these are reliable safety gadgets that you should consider if you do a lot of wilderness camping and hiking. So, all right, final story. And this is bad news for all of you partiers down on the Gulf Coast during Mardi Gras time. Up until just recently, the city of Mobile, Alabama, had what they called RV City, and it set up every year in an empty lot under the expressway by US 10 there, that goes right straight through Mobile during Mardi Gras. In fact, the city would put 115 RVs in this lot under the I-10 bridge there, and they rented these sites out for $450 a week, and this was massively popular. They called it, RV City, and they're not going to do it anymore. They're going to do some construction now underneath there. They're building a new bridge. And they're going to make then a big parking lot for cruise traffic, for people who use the cruise boats there that come into Mobile. So that whole deal is gone. That's a tradition that many RVers looked forward to every year. They certainly had a great time watching the constant parades, the Mardi Gras parades down on the Gulf Coast. Everybody thinks it's New Orleans that has, and it, that's the raunchiest and the biggest of the parades. But really, most of the Mardi Gras parades, and all the Gulf Coast cities have them, are very family friendly, and they have numerous parades during Mardi Gras season. So they're worth going and visiting sometime.
And it just proves that nothing stays the same.
Yeah.
Enjoy, but don't expect everything to stay the same.
All right. When we come back, we've got the app of the week and your questions. And then after the end of the whole program, don't forget all those decorated RVs for Christmas. Stay with us.
Are you ready to embark on an unforgettable adventure in your RV? Our RV Lifestyle Travel Guide ebooks are your ultimate companions for exploring North America's most breathtaking destinations. They'll help you hit the road with confidence and make the most out of your RVing experience. We're Mike and Jennifer Wendland, and we are passionate explorers and the authors of an entire library of RV Travel Guide ebooks. We have meticulously put together detailed travel maps showing you the best routes, where to stay, what hidden gems to discover along the way. From the majestic Yellowstone National Park to the vibrant colors of Colorado, the awe-inspiring beauty of Utah, the enchanting deserts of Arizona, the tranquil Great Lakes region, the pristine wilderness of the Adirondacks, We've even done a captivating 3-part guide to RV travel and camping in Florida. No matter where your wanderlust takes you, we've got you covered. Our curated list of must-see attractions ensures that you won't miss out on any unforgettable experiences. You want to witness the eruption of Old Faithful? We've got you covered. Craving an epic road trip through breathtaking landscapes? We've got the perfect route for you. Dreaming of beachside camping under the stars? We know the best spots. With our ebooks available for instant download at rvlifestyle.com/books, you can have the knowledge you need right at your fingertips. Head over to rvlifestyle.com/books and start exploring the wonders of North America today. Unforgettable adventures are waiting.
Welcome back, and now it's time for the app of the week, and this is for all of you who get a little white-knuckled about winter driving and just driving conditions in general.
Yeah, this is an app that it's a little costly, but $1.99 a month. But you get a free trial. You get a couple 3 days trial, so you could plan a trip with it and then cancel it, I suppose. But this is called Drive Weather. And what I really like about this is it gives you a personalized weather forecast for your drive based on where you start and then when you'll get there. And you sort of just type in, your start and your destination, and it will draw you a map, and it will show you along that map what the weather is like now and what it's supposed to be like at the time you get there. So it shows you any potential hazardous conditions, and then you can also use that app to give you an alternate route if you don't want to go through it. That's a pretty happy thing, I think.
I think it's really awesome that you can scope it out one way, and if you don't like what you see, you can try for an alternate route.
Yeah. So particularly those of you who like the big third wave of snowbirds heads out right after Christmas, this is a great app to have for you as you head south towards Florida or the southwest towards Arizona or wherever you're going to be a snowbird. It's called Drive Weather. Basic version is $1.99 a month, but you get that 3-day free trial. And so you can use it, and then if you don't want to, just cancel it. They do have a pro version that has a lot more features that are really nice features, but that costs $2 more a month. So you figure out whether it's worth it, but you can get the free trial. Drive Weather is what it is called. All right, RV questions of the week.
Oh, this is a question that comes up over and over and over. I am hearing from a couple of folks that RV toilet paper is not required. Regular household TP breaks down just fine. Truth or fiction? And this is from Peter.
And Peter actually posted that one on our new community.rvlifestyle.com. You ask if it's truth or fiction. It's mostly fiction, because if used sparingly, it does break down. But you need to use lots and lots of water with every flush. Now, you should use a lot of water anytime you flush your toilet in an RV. Most people don't use nearly enough, and that's why they get that buildup and gunk in the black tanks. But and you also need to regularly empty your black tank. But regular toilet paper is going to break down slower, right? Because it's thicker than the single ply that most every RV toilet manufacturer recommends. They recommend RV grade toilet paper. So if the people who make the toilets recommend that, I think you have to give a lot of consideration to the fact that they probably know more than a lot of other people who just have opinions. Yes, you can use it, and if you use a lot of water, it's going to be fine. But most people don't. When you talk about water, by the way, you should not empty it when you only have, a few gallons in there. Fill up your water, just keep flushing it until your black tank is at least 3/4 full, and then empty it. And that will take care of most of your odor problems, and it will also keep the sensors cleaner, because everything will flush out with water. But I can only tell you what we do. We use RV grade toilet paper, single ply.
And if you do decide to use regular toilet paper, I would be extremely careful, even if you have, I guess, the RV toilet paper, if you have guests or kids using the bathroom, because they
Yeah,
might use way too much toilet paper,
yeah,
give you problems.
that's true. All right, that is the podcast for this week. We would love to get comments from you and your questions. You can reach us through our private email, which is mikeandjen@rvlifestyle.com. The show notes for this episode with links to everything we talked about can be found on our RV Lifestyle blog, rvlifestyle.com/podcast. And we invite you now to stay tuned to the end of this for a little bit for a little montage of RVs dressed up for Christmas. Happy Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. We'll see you guys down the road.
Happy trails.